blood that is definitely not his. I mean, that's okay, I still love him though. Hello and welcome to day 3 of Killer Trait. This is a serial killer dating sim in which you are framed for a crime that you did not commit. And now you have to team up with a notorious serial killer to try and get to the bottom of it. So, let's get started. Also, if you haven't seen my playthrough of days 1 to 2 and also my playthrough of the original demo, they are linked in the description box below. But let's check out day 3. Oh, I gotta pee. Hopefully I won't wake... He's not in his bed. Oz? Did he need to go to the toilet too? That is a very long pee sound. This is a really nice bath. After using the bathroom and heading to the other one to see if Oz happened to be there, I make my way into the living room. I don't see him in the kitchen either. Where is he? Should I wake Arthur up? The sound of the front door closing takes me out of my trance. Soft and dull, as if it was trying to go unnoticed. I start walking down the stairs, slowly, carefully doing my best not to make so much as a peep. Oz is standing in the middle of the room, silent, wearing the same clothes and wig as whenever he embraces his tiger persona, but something feels off. I swallow hard as I internally encourage myself to go down one more step. A step into a danger zone. Blood. All over his face and clothes. Blood that is definitely not his. I mean, that's okay, I still love him though. My hand clutches the front of my shirt and I bite my lip hard, as to not to scream. His eyes are intense, uncanny and full of rage. And they make me feel something. Yeah, they sure do, alright. I'm gonna pick thrill. My heart pumps hard against my chest and I can't help but shiver. The adventure, the adrenaline, the excitement. How good it must feel to let them take all the reins. How good it must feel to let out your wrath. When is it my turn? The sound of Oz's footsteps make me come around again. He's coming towards the stairs. Quickly, without making any noise still, I rush in the direction of his room. Yeah, not gonna lie, if he sees us out of bed, we are so done. I bolt to my bed and cover myself to the top of my head, not wanting to risk looking suspicious. I wait, and wait, and wait. He doesn't come. Instead, I hear the faint sound of running water from the nearby toilet. I better try and get some sleep. Whether I can or not is about to be seen. 9 days until Aslan becomes the chief of police. I hate that guy. There's a few seconds where I struggle to keep my eyes open. Splash. Almost there. Right on my face. The cold water brings me back to my senses. Or whoever that is looking at me through the mirror. Rise and shine, Fauna. Rise and shine. After some quick breakfast with Arthur, he guides me to his room for a last adjustment on my work apron. I knew this was perfect for you. Arthur's so cute. I want to hold his hand so bad. There's like a giant bear in his room. Really? I give a couple of turnarounds to look at the apron's back and front. Arthur laughs. You're like a cat chasing after its tail. Oh, that's a bit embarrassing. And yes, really, you wear it well, Fauna. Thank you. No, thank you for waking up early. Right, waking. Also for those who want to play this game, just a little reminder that you can play as Fauna, or you can play as an unseen pro tag and choose your pronouns as well. I'm glad there was no need to throw a glass of water at you, like with a certain someone. What? Anyway, ready for a crash course in cafe meals and coffee making? Yeah. Excellent. Before Arthur can lead me into the kitchen, I notice a framed picture of 2 people right next to one of his plants. Aww. Are those? Maybe I could ask him later. With our hands clean and the counter properly organized, Arthur opens the fridge. He takes out some previously cooked rice, probably made before I even woke up, as well as some other ingredients. So, how well do you get along with cooking? Pretty well. Are we making omelette rice? I'm decent, but no expert by any means. Don't worry, we'll start simple. Right as he says that, Arthur grabs a pair of small bowls and scoops a modest amount of rice into one of them. Remember the rice bowls from yesterday? They were delicious. I'm glad you like them, because today we're going to make a bunch of them. Just with a little extra step. Oh god, suddenly I want rice bowls. I haven't had them in so long. Can you pass me the tuna mayo and salmon? He points to a couple of plastic containers to my right. I give a salute, ready for the cuisine battle. Yes, boss. With the help of Arthur's tips and tricks, especially to make triangular shapes, we spend the next hour making rice bowls with different fillings. Alright, now that these are done, time to make them fit for the cup of coffee menu. Watch and learn. In a swift and practiced move, he grabs one of the rice bowls. Why aren't they called rice triangles? And decorates it with small pieces of seaweed. Aww. Not even a minute later, an adorable panda is born. Oh, it's so cute. Think you can follow through? Leave it to me. Arthur smiles and takes a few steps back to look for something. Maybe a coffee mug. Thankfully, the panda rice bowls don't take me longer than 10 minutes. All done. Excellent. Ready for your next lesson? He shakes a bag of coffee beans near my face. We won't be able to cover everything. Today, learning how to make a pour-over coffee can take months of practice. But I can at least show you how to grind beans. Sounds good to me, and that's the gist of it. I'm certainly no expert now, but I think I've learned a few things about coffee. You really make it look super easy, but there's quite a lot of thought that goes into this, huh? There is. Although every job comes with its challenges, a lot of people underestimate how hard working at a cafe can be. It is so difficult. I can't imagine doing food service. It's so much work. Some think of it as a lesser job. I would kick whoever's ass who thinks that. What? And there are actually people who think like that? Arthur's smile doesn't reach his eyes. You'd be surprised. Chronic gossipers and complainers. I bet they don't even know how to make a cup of coffee, and probably can't bake to save their lives. Actually, neither can I. Well, even when I follow the recipe to a T. Arthur burst out laughing. Did I say something strange? No, you're completely right. Some people do complain a lot, even when they can't seem to set an example. And don't worry, I can't bake either. Oz is the real expert. The mention of his name almost makes me jump. Almost? Yeah. I pretend to dust fluff off my apron and avoid looking at Arthur. Anyway, great job, Fauna. Take 15 while I go ahead and prepare a couple of things downstairs, alright? Shouldn't be long before we open. Alright. And don't worry about Ozzy. Sometimes I give him the morning off when he stays up late baking. Okay. He pats me on the shoulder twice and leaves. I want to figure out why he had that look on his face last night. Did he think I was being awkward for worrying about Oz? I guess that's true to an extent. But to be honest, I'm more worried about myself. For many reasons. Does Arthur even know that Oz went out last night? Does he go out every night, or was it just a one-time thing? What if they plan to kill me once I'm no longer useful? I cover my face with my hands and find myself grumbling into them. Stop. Just stop. You're only gonna give yourself a headache this way, Fauna. For now, I'll just do my best to stay alert. When I arrive into the cafe area, Arthur is adjusting for some of the teddy bears on a couple of tables, for the clients who come alone, I'm assuming. The glass display has been restocked, not with very big buns, but other delectable pastries too, and the menu board has been updated. Ready for your first day? No, I mean, yes, I guess so. Don't worry, Fauna, I won't make you do something outrageous. Remember, you'll mostly be watching me learn the ropes and clean after customers. Alright, I just hope no one recognizes me. You look very different from the picture on the news, trust me. Right. Hands on his waist, Arthur gives a nod of approval and heads to the front door to turn the sign to open. He's right. I'll gain nothing from overthinking and worrying non-stop. Besides, the police station is far enough from here. I barely even spoke to my co-workers too.
Welcome.
Welcome. Can't believe it's already lunchtime. It sure gets busy in the mornings, no? You say that again. How did you manage all on your own before? With a killer smile. He wiggles his eyebrows and I can't help but snort. Oh, just pulling your leg. Let's see. Arthur ponders for a moment. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the 3 Ps. The 3 Ps? Practice, patience, and perseverance. Ah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, that reminds me, I've got something for you. Arthur grabs a freshly made drink from the counter. I assumed it was for a customer, so I thought nothing of it until now and makes me hold it. Oh, that looks nice. It'll help with fatigue. Thank you, what is it? Kinda looks like lemonade, but why is it green? He gestures for me to try it, so I give it a small sip from the straw. Isn't a matcha lemonade? A sweet and tart, just like me. That's lemonade alright, but also grassy? The confusion must show on my face, because Arthur lets out a chuckle. Matcha lemonade? Oh yay! Is this on the menu? Why, do you think it should be? 100%! Smiling from ear to ear, Arthur walks to the blackboard with a spring in his step. Honestly, matcha pairs so well with like florally fruit flavors. Like citrus works well and also rose. I'm glad he's my new boss. The sound of the bell snaps me out of my thoughts. New customer. I place my finished drink on the counter and make my way to the entrance wearing my polite smile. Well, look who it is. Oh no! That voice. Hello, Fauna. Fancy seeing you here. Go away, Carl. Carl absolutely knows who we are because of his true nature. Because he's a kitsune. This has got to be a joke. No, a nightmare. This is a nightmare. My only solace is that the cafe is almost empty. The only customers being far enough from us that they won't be able to hear. What are you doing here? As per usual, Carl decides that this is the perfect opportunity to show one of his signature feigned shock expressions. I say, what are you insinuating? I really just ventured into your establishment to quench my thirst with a cup of your finest coffee. Sure, and I'm a pink hedgehog. I peek behind him to see if there's anyone else coming in. The coast is clear. What are you really doing here? Before he can answer, Arthur, who has yet to realize the gravity of the situation, approaches us with his usual beam.
Welcome.
You here for lunch? Maybe. Not entirely sure yet. I could use a treat, though. He smacks right at me. Ah,
Of course.
take your time. If you're on your own, perhaps you'd like to sit with one of our teddy bears. They make great company. You're very kind, but that won't be necessary. Someone will join me very soon after all. I had to gather all my strength not to roll my eyes. Once Carl sits at a nearby table and grabs a menu card, I pull Arthur aside by his sleeve and lead him to the stairs. What's going on? He's one of the people I used to work with. Also, he recognized me. What? Damn it. Was changing your hair not enough of a disguise? I should have... No, believe me, it was. Carl is just, he's just Carl. I rest my hand on my forehead and sigh. Carl is a special case. Very perceptive, very aware of everyone's weaknesses. He is like a fox. Funny that. He does kind of look foxy now that you mention it. But if he's with the police, why is he acting like that? Wouldn't reporting you be the first thing on everyone's mind? Believe me, I wish I knew. As I said, he's a special case. I'll go talk with him. Not like I have a choice anyway. Arthur ponders for a moment, then looks me in the eye. Understand. Be careful, Fauna. Yeah, I start to walk in Carl's direction when there's a tug on my apron that makes me stop in my tracks. I'll let Ozzy know just in case. I nod. Okay. A few tables away from me, Carl puts the menu down and whistles while resting his chin on his hand. I pull a chair in front of him and he raises his head. Does anyone else know I'm here?
Who knows?
Ah, shush. Carl, I'm serious. So am I, kiddo. What's in it for me? Why am I not surprised? I pinch the bridge of my nose. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Look, what could I possibly give you right now? Have you seen the news? Oh, darling, I've seen none more. Who do you think you're talking to? A corrupt officer? An asshole? He bursts out laughing. The people from the table in the back glance at us confused and, dare I say, a little bit disturbed too. Dude, sorry, I couldn't help it. Clearly, I don't understand what you find so funny in the first place. Well, for starters, you don't need to be that wary of me. I'm not a cop anymore. Huh? What? Another glance from afar. I mouth an apology and clear my throat. What? Quite the shocker, eh? I'm technically not an officer anymore. Next week is my last. Not that you're a good cop in the first place. But anyway, how? Why? Carl's eyes move to the side, almost like he's rolling them. He grimaces. Let's say I don't appreciate being taken advantage of. Wait, you don't mean... And it's boring without you. Carl, hey, it's true. Not many can surpass your reactions. Though you've recently been outmatched. Can you please not derail from the topic? Carl raises his hand in apology. My bad. I'll take it down a notch. Finally, you were saying? Not so fast. I bite the urge to choke him like Homer Simpson. Oh, fine. What do you want? Carrot cake. Excuse me? I'm satisfied with a slice today, but I want an entire cake by the end of this whole... He grins. Charade. I want a cup of coffee. You know how I like it. I don't know whether to hug him or punch him. Maybe both. That's it?
If you insist.
Add serving of fried tofu to that. No, I mean... Food? Really? Anything wrong with that? Food doesn't come cheap these days, you know? I guess that's fair. Pleasure doing business with you, Fauna. He's really not as bad as he seems. He's just eccentric. Sure. Business. After sighing for the umpteenth time in the last 10 minutes, I make my way towards Arthur and Oz, who's now also downstairs wearing his own work apron. I give them a rundown on what just happened. What the hell? Yeah, right there with you, buddy.
Well...
At least he's not gonna report us, I think. He better not, because he's about to eat the best damn carrot cake he's ever had. That's a threat. A slice of carrot cake and a cinnamon coffee. On the house. Wonderful. Are you just gonna freeload here now? Yeah, don't mention it. Seriously, please don't. Carl cuts a small piece and brings it close to his mouth. It's not poison, is it? Why? Do you want it to be? He laughs. Oz, on the other hand, a few steps away from us, doesn't look too pleased with Carl's comment. I guess it's reasonable for people in the food industry to find offense in these sort of veiled remarks. Thankfully, Carl finally shuts up and eats a little piece on the fork. Compliments to the chef. Or I guess baker would be more accurate. I can't help but beam at that. Baker and confectioner, actually.
Interesting.
Not interesting. He pauses to take a sip of his coffee. This is to die for. No one ever does cinnamon coffee quite like me. My mind goes to the pre-graded bottles he always brought to the office. Of course. That barista really knows what he's doing. Yeah, he really does. Carl takes a whiff of his cup and gently puts it down on the saucer. I think I might come in more often. Oh no, God have mercy. Just make sure to wait a few days until this whole thing is over, please? Slowly, almost too slowly, he takes another sip of coffee, smacking his lips and looking me straight in the eye. Let's go back to the topic at hand, shall we? I nod and take my seat right back in front of him. So, does anyone else know I'm here? Just me. And how do I know you're not lying to me? You're gonna have to trust me on that one, kiddo. Ugh.
Oh well.
If it makes you feel better, let's just say I had a part in you and Grouchy Face over there being successful fugitives. I knew something was off, it was way too easy. You're not gonna ask how? To preserve my sanity, I won't.
Oh, you're no fun.
I wanna know. But I do wanna know how you found me. The cheeky smile makes its appearance once more. A tracker, right under your necktie. When? Wait, the only time Carl got so close to me was when you scooted over to tell me about the PCRO. Very good, kiddo. But that was long before this whole mess started. Why would you... Let's just say I had a strong feeling something bad was going to happen. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't appreciate being taken advantage of. I don't even think he's lying about this. Still, what did Aslan even do to get Carl of all people on his bad side? Then, you thought of teaming up against him? In a sense, yes. I couldn't care less about the Pinhead cops, they bore me to tears. The Lion Kid though, he's a force to be reckoned with. But he took it too far. You see, the fox is the trickster, not the fool. Wow, so he's self-aware. Unless his allegory is just because of his surname and to sound smart. But somehow I don't think so. Right. So what do you say, kiddo? There's a deep urge inside of me telling me to focus, to process all the information. I take a deep breath through my nose and close my eyes for a few seconds. And Carl's help would be a huge advantage to us. The thing is, he's not the most reliable guy out there. It doesn't take a genius to know that. I mean, he could surprise us. Then again, I thought Aslan was trustworthy, and that naivety made me lose everything. Meanwhile, Oz and Arthur are reliable, to an extent. I didn't have much of a choice but to team up with them though. It was that or nothing. Still, I don't think they're telling me everything, especially Oz. What's the best course of action here? I doubt Carl would rat me out to Aslan when he's so pissed about being used. And even if he wasn't, he'd probably like to see the police squirm in order to find me. But is that enough of a reason for us to team up? Well, I'm not getting any younger, kiddo, or any less bored. I have a condition.
Interesting.
What is it? I need you to recover my wallet. Carl's eyes nearly pop out of his head. Definitely not expecting my words. I signal him with my hands to hear me out before he can answer. I'm not going to use my ID or anything like that, obviously. I'm not an idiot. That'd be pretty much suicide. It's not a big wallet, pretty inexpensive too. In fact, I doubt the police even noticed it. They probably focused on my cell phone instead. But it's very important to me. Do you think you can get it back? My gaze shifts to my clasped hands. If you can't do this for me, then sure, why not? A certain munchkin owes me a favor, so I could get it today even. As soon as I drop by Mitten's office, that is, I'm supposed to get some batteries. Mittens? Oh, that's my new boss. Right. I'm gonna guess they didn't consent to the nickname, but, well, at least it's not Kiddo. I didn't expect you to find something so soon. It really was a coincidence that I happened upon their advertisement, and with a job post as eccentric as that, you've got to strike while the iron's hot, no? Do they even know you still have a week left at the police? Carl shrugs. Perhaps. Or perhaps not. I'm kidding. Anyway, since I don't have a cell phone right now, we'll probably have to contact each other through Arthur's. Can you give me your phone for a second? I'll add his number. Works for me. Without a second thought, Carl passes me his phone after unlocking the screen for me. Big mistake. I go straight to his contacts and call the number saved as Mittens. Detective Arcana speaking. Detective, huh? Hello? Is this Carl's boss? What? The look on his face is priceless. Who is this? Right, where are my manners? I'm one of Carl's former co-workers. I'm very sorry to bother you, Detective, but I'm afraid I have some bad news. What do you mean? Ah, gee, this is hard to say. I'm not sure if I should. What did he do? Well, it might be nothing, but I thought his new employer should know. You see, there was this one time Carl tried to comfort a child, and look at him, he's so flustered. The phone is snatched from my hands before I can finish the sentence. Terribly sorry, Faith. It seems the connection's breaking. Hello? Hello? That was uncalled for, Fauna. At least now I know you won't try to pull a fast one on me. You don't have a phone. I have a name. Haha. Besides, seeing as your boss is a detective who probably shares their work phone and address, there's probably nothing a quick Hootle search can't find. Ah, you're one smart cookie, kiddo. Fine then, I'll make sure to be on my best behavior. But I still want that carrot cake by the end of this whole thing. You got yourself a deal. Once we shake hands on it and I make sure him and Arthur exchange numbers, Carl takes his leave. Better not try anything funny. See how panicked he looked after Fauna used his phone? I don't think he will. Yeah, that was freaking priceless. Who'd you even call, Bambi? His new boss. Let's just say I had some trivia he would not have appreciated others knowing. His laugh is so funny to me. Oh, I guess he's the kind of guy who freaks out at the mere chance of looking lame. Oz raises his hand with the intention of giving me a high five. I pretend not to notice. Oh no! Look at his face! Yeah. He's definitely someone who'd rather be feared than ridiculed. Blinking rapidly and tilting his head to the side, Oz lowers his hand, ultimately shrugging it off. I just wish it hadn't taken us 2 freaking hours of our lives. Oh, tell me about it. I'm gonna bait the arsehole the whole cake for free.
Well...
I'm gonna pick our battles, don't we? Oz and I sigh, but ultimately nod at his words. We need all the help and info we can get. Every bit counts. Oh god. Every bit. It's been a few hours. Save for one mischievous redhead and a customer accidentally breaking a mug, Arthur was gonna let it go, but Oz made sure the client paid for it. The rest of the shift passes by without much issue. Well, almost. I've been making myself busy by giving the cafe a good sweep, all the while avoiding looking Oz in the eye. No matter how good or bad I may be at pretending though, it's very, very obvious he's caught on. Shit! Crap! Damn it all! This is all because he made me remember last night when he started laughing. I should be better at keeping a poker face. Why do my freaking thoughts always show on my...
Bambi.
His hand on my shoulder almost makes me yelp, but I manage to control myself. Yeah? Maybe it's closing time already? He's not wearing his apron anymore. You've been sweeping that same spot for 10 minutes. Shit, there was this very persistent speck of dust that wouldn't go away. I just had to make sure to get every nook and cranny, you know? Kill me now. Come with me. I don't say anything and just quietly follow behind him. As soon as we enter his room, Oz closes the door and approaches the computer chair where he sits backwards. Then he signals me with his chin to sit on the bed. For a few seconds, I stand in place, biting my bottom lip, gripping my apron, trying not to say anything stupid. In the end though, I make it my way down to his bed and sit down. I'm gonna get straight to the point. You saw me yesterday, didn't you? When I came back in the middle of the night. Yeah? Yes? Oz buries his face in the back of the chair. Yeah, figures. No one says anything, not for a while. Oz keeps his face buried and I keep looking at my feet. After what feels like ages, though probably only a few minutes go by, he breaks the silence.
Okay.
You can ask me anything. Are you sure? Let's just get it out of the way. You would have found out either way. Better hear from the horse's mouth than to jump to conclusions. My mouth goes dry. My hands sweaty. I can barely hear. It's as if my ears are clogged. I can barely breathe. It's as if my heart is right under my throat. I can't... No, it's okay. It's okay. Don't panic. Plant your feet on the earth. I raise my head to look at him. Was the blood on your face yours? No. Was it the first time you went out at night? No. Does Arthur know? I never told him, but he's not stupid. He definitely realized. But he also never stopped him. Are these people Tiger's targets? If that's what you're asking, is whether I sent any calling cards to these assholes, the answer's no. The calling card was Arthur's idea to make things more chivalrous. I could have gone without it if I'm being honest. Don't get me wrong, I never go after innocent people in this scourge of society. But no matter what others think, if they deserve it or not, it doesn't change a damn thing. I'm still a killer, not a good person, Fauna. If you can't handle that, if you can't handle what it truly means to support a murderer, then I suggest you tell me now. Tell me now and then leave. Violence isn't the answer, but you reap what you sow. While I didn't think violence should be the answer, you reap what you sow. He's so shocked about it. Sometimes, you just forget that he's actually just a full-on killer. Sure, in an ideal world, all these people would rot in jail. But from experience, no wait, experience has nothing to do with it. But what I meant to say is, unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. No, it doesn't. And while I wish it did, well, even if these people don't get their punishment through the law, sometime, someday, they'll always get what's coming to them. So yeah, maybe it'd be more peaceful if these crooks always went to prison. But if that doesn't happen, and somehow, someway, they end up biting the dust, tough luck. You certainly have a way with words, Bambi. So I'm told. I guess that means you're staying then. I guess it does. I can't believe I just said all that. I can't believe I'm really truly going along with a serial killer. Am I right in the head? I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding. Whatever, water under the bridge and all that. Jazz? God, now I'm starting to sound just like Oz.
Bambi.
Yeah? Oops, I zoned out there for a second. Oz's voice sounds a bit muffled and a bit farther away. When I turn around, I see him leaning over his bed and looking at the floor, right below his window. What are you doing? Oz sits up straight, but just before placing a wicker storage trunk on his bed, he pats it like it's a lifelong comrade. You didn't think I'd forget about today's training, did you, Bambi? Maybe you didn't, but I totally did. Since it's already kinda late to train at the park, I thought we could do some weight training today. Right here? Right here. Oh, I'll check if Arthur needs any help. Go get changed right now. May the fitness lord have mercy on me. The fitness lord will not have mercy on me. I will die. The smell of smoked steak and mashed potatoes slipping out from the kitchen makes my mouth water. Oh, I wonder, is this what happiness tastes like? You haven't even tried it yet. It doesn't matter. I have absolute faith in my sense of smell, taste, and Arthur's cooking. You're not wrong there. Dinner time! Woohoo! Arthur's voice and the promise of a great meal leads us into the kitchen. Hey, you two. Can you set the table? This is almost done. My pleasure. While Oz lays the tablecloth after making sure there are no leftover crumbs from lunchtime, I get the plates, glasses, and cutlery. Just missing napkins and bottled water. Oh, Bambi, that reminds me. Shit grin guy came over while you were showering.
Ozzy.
Oh, that's the truth.
I must not laugh. Are you talking about Carl?
Who else? Anyway, he brought your wallet, left it on my desk. And that's what you asked him for, right? Don't really get how it's gonna help you right now, but whatever floats your...
I'll be right back. And just like Oz said, I spot my wallet on his desk right next to his laptop. I grab it with a sense of urgency I didn't think I had. Please let it still be here. My hands keep shaking, but after a few clumsy attempts, I managed to get it open. Aww, it's here. It's really here. I'm glad. I'm so glad. My legs give out and I crumble to the floor, all while hugging the picture close to my chest. The wails I let out are so raw, so visceral that I have to cover my mouth in order to muffle the sound.
Bambi.
8 days until Aslan becomes the chief of police. Man, screw Aslan. I hope he doesn't ruin things. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. It is so nice to get another update to Oz's story. I'm definitely interested to see as to why he showed up how he did at the end of day 2. Before we entered into day 3, like was it his bloodlust? Is it something that he's genuinely hiding? What is going on? I really want to know. Definitely cannot wait for more days to come out for this game. I really enjoy this one. And I think unraveling the mystery and finally seeing Aslan get what he deserves is going to be so satisfying. But thank you so much for experiencing the story with me. If you guys enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next part. And also if you guys would like to try out this game, link is in the description box below. Feel free to check it out and support the developer. And if you would also like to support my channel, my Patreon is linked in the description box below as well. Supporting is not mandatory, just very appreciated. Anyway, that's all for now, and until next time, take care.